Alrighty then, g'day guys and welcome. My name is Michael and I am the Dead Aussie Gamer and welcome to our Patreon Wednesday game for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition Curse of Strahd. Yes, that's right, we are back in the land of Barovia, amidst the twilight of the doom of these poor and foolish mortals. No, I'm not going to keep doing that. I mean, I could, but I'm not. I'm just not going to. No, these brave and wonderful heroes are, of course, none other than my Patreon supporters who support the channel, keep my lights on, and, of course, pay for the privilege to come and play with me every week on this amazing channel for you guys in our lovely audience. So, with a very warm welcome everyone to today. Hello!
Hello!
All right, now, before we get into today's game, of course, there's a couple of things that you guys in the audience need to know. First and foremost, this is not a game where you guys in the audience sit and watch a bunch of people play D&D. There are tons of channels that do that, truth be told, they're doing pretty well, right? So we do something a little bit different here. You guys in the audience are as much in the GM seat as I am. I keep a weather eye out in the chat for ideas, suggestions, things like that. And in addition, I have with me a small deck of plot twist cards. Now, these plot twist cards give me inspiration for what happens over the course of the game. You guys give me a number between 1 to 51, and I drag out these plot twists and leave them here in a little stable next to me. And at any point in time during the game, these may be used by the audience or myself to I guess, change fate, to make things more chaotic, more fun, more engaging. I felt like I saw somebody post one earlier on. Number 5 from Tasriel.
Is to TBKS.
Oh, I see. Well, that wouldn't be too hard. That wouldn't be too hard. I've already taken out one guy.
Free to go.
And big guess who that happened to be. Neil. But yes, as we...
Amazingly, it wasn't the bard going first.
That's true. It turns out that Neil's reputation for TPKs is way stronger than the bards for death. Anyway, as we get into today's game, before we get into the recap, let's meet these wonderful characters and get some insight into how they are finding their trip through Barovia, during which time I will start putting together my plot twists. So let's start off with none other than the wonderful and delightful Immersion Diversion, or Neil as we like to call him, and tell us, Neil, about Vagog.
Hello, I play Vagog Gagev, the Goliath Wizard, and he is a teacher from Fairhaven, currently looking for his students in Barovia, who had also gotten lost there. And I managed to meet up with these nice people, and he's currently helping them with their goals and helping everywhere he can. Yeah, he had a misfortune recently, and thought he was going to become a vampire, so that was kind of fun. We'll get to find out what happens next. Oh no, he did. I did get it wrong. I was like, what the heck? I have a spirit inside of me now, so that's fun.
That's very true. That's very true. You do have a spirit inside of you.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, of course, playing the role of the stoic and mighty Argento is none other than the delightful Iron Ghost Gamer, Charles. Good evening, Charles.
Good evening. How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing absolutely fantastic. Tell us, Charles, about Argento and his journey thus far.
Argento, what is there to say of the Silver Dragonborn? He's a bit of a fighter. He likes to fight. I think that's been well established throughout this whole journey. He loves to fight anything and everything. He loves to eat. He's always sort of caught off guard by a bag of chips or some sort of mention of food. But other than that, I think Argento is really finding it conflicting with who he is and how he's trying to get along with his party mates here. He's starting to learn something I don't think he's ever thought he would learn, and that is the value of having good friends and the value of maybe not smashing everything. Maybe not everything needs to be warhammered to death. Maybe there's some situations where we can extract knowledge other than just punishing it into the ground. So
yes.
We'll see what this conflict does to Argento.
Absolutely, and I'm fairly confident that there are a number of situations where Argento has used diplomacy, which incidentally is also the name of the hatchet he wields. So there we go. All right. Next up, of course, we have the ever wonderful and jovial Demiro, the Satyr Bard, being played by the even more jovial lumberjack, Tim. Hi, Tim.
Hi, Michael.
How you doing, man?
Pretty good tonight.
Awesome. Tell us about Demiro.
Demiro, the sightseeing far traveler, satyr bard, left his home some time ago to great fanfare. Been traveling around looking for new wondrous things to party with, dance with, adventure with, and ended up meeting these fine fellows in a small village quite far away from here now, and then we got trapped in Barovia, which is amazing. so now we're in a land we know nothing about, don't know where we are, we haven't even got a map, and we're going around finding fun and adventure, and full of life, full of death. Everything's exciting.
Lies. I got a map. Look, it's right there. Anyway.
We don't have a map. You just show us where we've gone after we get there.
Just showed us going across. Yes.
It turns out that you're actually in Sussex. Well done. No. How did we get here from Barovia? All right. Next up, of course, is last but certainly not least, playing the role of the Changeling Esther is none other than the delightful Mac. Hi, Mac.
Hi, how are you today?
I am absolutely wonderful. Thank you for asking. Tell us about your character and, of course, what we can expect. What their journey has been like up to this point.
So Esther is a changeling cleric, great cleric specifically, and I did find the word. It's root worker for hoodoo specifically. So that's, I think, not. It's like witchcraft is sometimes called root work, but so that's kind of her thing is sort of Haitian and Louisiana style hoodoo and voodoo is her style of witchcraft, and sorry, I just remember the word finally.
No, it's good. I've learned something new. Da na na na. I leveled up. All right, and her journey thus far has been what kind of journey for Esther?
I'm trying to think of a good word. Uncomfortably familiar in some ways.
Well, that's a good thing. I don't know how I feel about that. It's like oh well, you know, it's all my tropes.
No, just like oh, undead. Oh, fun. Yes. Oh, that's
Well, that's
Brothers are
good.
dead. Ah.
All right. Well, you know what? I cannot wait to get into today's game because we are about to spiral into a whirlwind of new and exciting things. All right. Wait a second. They still didn't come to Vallaki with 14 episodes? No. The other thing is these episodes are 2 hours long. We do jam-pack a bunch of really good roleplay into it. So, you know, we keep it moving pretty steadily. They did pass Vallaki, so they kind of ducked in and ducked out, but I've kind of done something special there, Rifter Man. So do keep an eye out for that.
The Great Cabbage Incident.
The Great Cabbage Incident. Yes, there was the Great Cabbage Incident. That happened. All right. Without any further ado, let us give thanks, of course, to our two wonderful sponsors, the first of which is Hero Forge, who, of course, provide us with a bunch of wonderful tokens for us to use during the course of the stream, which you can see on screen, and you will see, hopefully, throughout the game. And, of course, a very big and special thank you to our wonderful sponsors at Hero Forge. Not Hero Forge. I mean, yes, Hero Forge, but also at Sirenscape. Sirenscape, who, of course, we can thank for the incredibly sexy sounds that you will be able to hear as soon as I share this with my players, such as dun, dun, dun. All right. As we cast our minds back into the realm of Barovia, when last we left our adventurers, they were in the village of Barovia, in the southeastern side of the lands after the same name. That's a bit loud. There we go. Now, The group had recently dealt with a rather nasty business involving the town's priest, a man by the name of... damn it, what's his name? His name is... Yes, also there's... Donovich, that's the one. Yes. Donovich. And that, if that maps to show you anything, it shows you exactly how well that went. Now, Donovich had been hiding and sequestering deep beneath the cathedral his son, who had been transformed into a vampire spawn. It was his hope that he would be able to turn his son back, but the hunger had consumed him entirely, and he broke free, attacking and killing Vagag. However, thanks to a ritual performed by the Vistani people, Vagag was able to make a pact with a Fae-like being, restoring him to life so long as he pursues true love. As long as he appeases the Fae spirit within him, he remains alive for now. The group then returned to the village in order to try and seek out more information about the goings-ons and sought help from two particular individuals tied to the Burgomeister of the village of Barovia. And that was, of course, Irina and her brother Ismark. Now, Irina is a very strong, hardy, and very headstrong woman. Yeah, I was just going to wait for that one because I could hear it building up, and I was like, I got nothing super dramatic for that moment, but thank you, Sirenscape. It was very scary. I'm scared, too. Ismark, however, seemed to be behaving quite unusually. As Irina attempted to bury the body of her father, the townsfolk tried to stop the group from doing so, but thankfully the group was very strong-handed and able to persuade the people to piss off. And they did. And now, as the body was buried and a few kind words were said, an attack was brought upon Irina, who had managed to, for the most part, stave off danger while remaining within the confines of the Burgomeister's mansion. But with her now out attending the funeral, she was snatched up by none other than Ismark, disguised... other way around, who was Domu, the son of of Donovic, who was disguised as her brother. Together, they traveled to Castle Ravenloft. And our heroes now ponder their next course of action. What do? Do they chase after Irina and try to save her from the clutches of the vampire that dwells within? Or do they follow other avenues in this dark and foreboding land?
I think we were going after Irina just because, I mean, I don't know. I'm just Irina was right there with us. We should probably catch up with her and get her before she gets to that castle. Maybe we can get to Domu before he gets there.
I thought we'd already started doing that, to be honest.
We've hesitated.
Well, you've sort of looked out the window and you're like, well, that's a thing. You also need to prepare to travel, and that is something that you guys are having the opportunity to do so now.
Ooh.
After the battle with Domu and the others, there is, of course, some time that you need to recuperate some of your resources, and that is the time we find ourselves now. McKinley.
May I do some things real quick? Just want to
But of
make
course.
sure before we do anything. Okay, thank you. First thing, we're pretty much cleared that this is actually Ismark with us at the Blood of the Vine. But so I'm just going to sort of stand in the doorframe of the tavern, so I'm just kind of like have range, and I want to use my Eyes of the Grave feature just to make sure there aren't any undead in the area still.
As you cast
So I
your
look
gaze...
in and out from the top.
Nope, sorry. As you cast your gaze around, you can basically pan over a number of the patrons here, including the bartender. At present, you do not sense any undead, but there is a lingering scent of necromancy in the air here.
Okay. And then, sorry. We found tracks heading north. Could I have surmised how far they would have traveled if they were going at a human pace at this point? How far they could have traveled? Would they still be within a mile?
Okay, so traveling at a human pace, they would have been. However, you do notice from the tracks that you had found that they are very widely spaced. The leaps that this creature is making are inhuman, and the travel distance is at least quadruple that of a normal human on foot.
I thought you already cast the locate object on her pendant.
Oh, I didn't. We said that y'all didn't. We said we didn't want to because it would take too much time, right?
Oh, okay.
I think so.
Yeah, we never did. We talked about it, but I don't think we did.
Well, we were trying to find the tracks, but we couldn't really find anything. So then we went, okay, well, I guess we cast a spell.
Oh, we found tracks heading north.
I thought we knew that she was at Ravenloft because you cast the spell.
Sorry, I think we're misunderstanding each other. I'm sorry.
Well, you figured out she was heading to Ravenloft because of the direction that they were heading. In addition, you also learned about the attention that she had been received, her and her father, from Strahd and his undead minions over the course of the last few months. The boards and the windows of the Burgermeister's mansion have been boarded up with various wards and runes, which have been scratched at futilely by what you believe to be members of the undead.
I do have one more thing that I'll say first.
And do we think that Strahd is at Ravenloft?
You're fairly confident that, yes, Strahd would be at Ravenloft.
So, I mean, if we did go there, what would our plan be? Excuse me, Mr. Strahd. Could we have Arena back, please?
Exactly. I think also that we still are on the fence about Strahd. I mean, we don't really know.
No, we don't know much about him.
Argento doesn't know who Strahd is.
Yeah. I remember meeting this guy. Who is this Strahd character you keep talking about?
We show pictures of him and he just shows up invisible. It's like, what?
Yeah, I think that's the good points. I mean, I guess I would just be very much wanting to say, what do we want to do? Like, what's our purpose here, guys? Like, what does this Irina mean to us? Like, what does it matter that she was drug away? Do we even care? Like, do we want to do other things? Like, I mean, we don't even know, as far as other people are telling us she's under his spell. This could be a trap for all we know. This could be to try and lure us into something that we're not aware of.
Well, one, she might be able to help us fight Strahd in the future. Two, well, she said she would pay us. And three,
well, I'm personally curious about the necklace, just simply because of my own necklace.
yeah.
I feel like we should just go up there and meet Strahd and just get this out of the way. Like,
Yeah, Demiro's got this.
Instead of this, he's
Go ahead,
says
Demiro.
hi through a mirror or gives us a drink of wine.
Too bad, you can't give yourself bardic inspiration. Oh wait,
Yeah,
just
let's
give you
go up
bardic
there
inspiration.
and meet him face to face.
That one time that Argento and Demiro switched bodies, Argento somewhat learned how to use bardic inspiration.
That's right.
Retained some of that. So.
I'm happy to go after her. I have no quarrels with that. I'm happy to go. I just, I'm happy to do whatever you guys feel to do. I just think we need to find more of these vampire people before they spread and kill everybody here.
Tell you what, you should go there. If we don't catch up in time, I'll leave it up to you guys. I kind of want to save her still. Because she can help us in our later endeavors as well, possibly, because she's basically the new Burgermeister.
Well, do we want to interrogate Ismark anymore to see if he can shed some light on her? Our last encounter with Ismark was not Ismark, so.
Oh yeah, we should talk to him more than you.
Well,
but we should make it quick.
No sooner than you say this, bursting into the blood on the vine is a very panicked Ismark. sweat dripping from his head. He looks bedraggled as he enters. Irina! Irina, where is my sister? Has she come through here?
Well, yes, technically.
Please, you must tell me. Where is she? She's in great danger.
That is also correct. Yes, she is. She's currently heading to Castle Ravenloft.
What? My God! Why? Why would she go there? What would possess her to?
It wasn't her choice.
Well, we're not certain of that, but it probably
I
wasn't.
guess so, yeah. We think it was you.
I want to whisper to Mac. Are we sure this is Mark?
I thought that he was with us. That's why I did the.
No, we left him because we were kind of off.
Yeah, he was behind. Well, he's here now. So you watch as Ismark. Ismark has a dejected look on his face. As he does so, he grabs hold of Demiro, because Demiro's the one who's been talking to him. As he grabs hold of him, he falls to his knees, and he just lets loose this very primal cry as he sort of clings very hard to the jacket as he hangs on. You kind of see tears in his eyes that seem to pour out. As Esther very, very, nonchalantly goes, detect undead. This Ismark is not undead. I figured that's what you wanted to get from before as well, but no, this one is 100% bona fide, not an undead. But he is definitely distraught. He says, "You don't understand that fiend, that creature. He's been setting his eyes on my family. I knew." I knew that my father crossed Strahd, and that's what brought ruin to our family. I told Irina that she shouldn't be involved anymore. I was hoping that he would come for me. Gods be damned, I prayed that he would. But he didn't.
Calm down. I'm going to grab him by the shoulders, lift him up, stand him, and let's clear you off for a sec, and then I'm going to use Shape Water to pull all the water droplets off of him so he's not wet anymore.
Okay, you pull the sweat from him. You now have a fistful of salty water.
A chamois?
Ugh.
Chamois?
Just throw it on the ground.
Splat.
All right.
What does this you mean, your father crossed this Strahd character? What do you mean? How do you do that?
It's a story long ago. My father only told me of it when I was a lot younger. Foolish, in fact. The power that he possesses here is unnatural. And we all, at one point or another, became trapped here by the wickedness that blights this land. Some say that a long time ago he was kinder, benevolent. But no one of recent memory has any recollection of this. My father would often rally people, try to give them hope, try to help them fight back against the creatures of the dark. It drew attention. Too much attention. Well, when Strahd attacked, it was a siege, an unending and relentless attack from the night creatures. Well, my father was too old. He wasn't like he was when he was in his younger days. In his younger days, he could take hordes of undead and packs of vicious werewolves and not break a sweat, but it was just too old. His heart gave out. But that didn't stop Strahd. His monsters kept attacking until they were certain of his death.
So you're telling me that everyone here is trapped? No one can leave?
No, the mist that lies at the edges surrounding the gates to Barovia, they do something to someone. Once you enter, you change forever. We're going to be playing our first plot twist card.
Oh.
The sanity check.
Uh-oh.
If you would like to know more, I know a man in town. They simply call him Mad Jim.
I think I met Mad Jim on the streets.
Yeah, well, you can't miss him. He's quite mad, you see. He entered the mist.
I have wanted you.
You
Oh,
have
sorry.
one. No, go.
Oh, I was gonna say I have wanted to hear you say Todd. Todd Smith.
Todd. No.
the farmer. Yes, Todd.
No.
Sorry.
So, Mad Jim. Well, Mad Jim went into the mist and tried to get help, tied himself off with rope, and wandered. He came back and he was changed, bedraggled, old, as if he had seen 1,000 lifetimes. But the thing is, Jim is a dwarf, and to have that much stress upon one's soul and mind, no one has ever since dared enter.
Entered the fog and that happened?
Pardon?
So he entered the fog and that happened?
Yes. He was gone for nary 10 minutes before returning in the state he was found in.
It's like a reverse Fountain of Youth. That's what I was trying to think of. Dang.
Well, he lies about town now. If you wish to speak with him, maybe he can, I don't know, glean something.
Show the way. I'd like to speak with this man.
I dare not follow. Jim, well,
Like curse or something?
there's a reason we do not speak his name. He has
He
his
just did.
ways and his eyes. And old Jim, well, in some ways, that poor man begs for death.
Quite helpful when we did him last.
Are you thinking this is the man we ran into, DeMiro?
Yes.
It would seem so. He seemed pretty mad.
Certainly odd.
He was an odd character. Where can we find him? Where does he dwell? Where is he?
Well, if our last encounter is anything to go by, then he'll probably just turn up at some point.
This is true.
I believe Mad Jim can be found along the eastern road.
Can you describe Mad Jim? What does he look like?
A dwarven man, short and stout. A long
teapot?
white beard, but bald over the top of his head.
Oh.
Well, perhaps we'll catch up with him after we look for your sister.
Indeed. Well,
Would you like to help us look for her? Or would you rather stay here?
you would ask if I would go to Strahd's castle? I'm torn. I do want to
We're
rescue
going
my
Strahd's
sister,
castle.
but
Why can't you come? It's your sister, man.
yes,
Come with
but
us.
I am not strong of body or heart.
Yes. But you could be. You want to be known as Mark the Grand, right?
I think this probably is the time for him to prove himself as a leader of the town rather than.
If you can
sacrificing
save your
himself.
sister, you can save a town.
I look at Esther, halfling, look back at him. Just that's the moment. Just look at a halfling and then look to him and say, so you're too weak, huh? The halfling's coming with us. Jeez, you're a human. Let's go, man.
Wait, Esther?
Hey, you're a halfling.
Esther?
Yeah?
Esther's not a halfling.
She's
Ooh,
a
changeling.
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 They look a little like halflings,
look
but
like
yeah,
a
they're-
halfling.
Okay, you're
Just
not
look
big.
down.
all,
think
all
you're-
you mammals look the same to me.
That's confusing. That's confusing.
Bloody warm bloods.
That's it. He's a man. He's
In the
much bigger
name.
than you. He can come with us. You're all the same. You know what I meant. Let's go. Enough of the bickering. Are you coming or not, Ismark?
Argento,
Ooh.
I actually agree with Demiro. They need someone to watch over the town for now. And he knows this town better than us, definitely.
That is also true.
Ismark.
Yes.
If there was anything you could ask or acquire knowledge of Irina at this moment, what would it be? Anything you could ask.
I would not ask her of anything. I would just hope that she return safely. I could ask for nothing more.
Anything you would wish to know, I meant.
Michael, the GM, is not quite sure what you're asking.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
Anything you want to ask, like, are you okay? Like, things like that.
Do
Like,
I
just
want-
like basic questions. Like,
do I?
just like, are you okay? Where are you? Like, just like, where are you on? I'm sorry, never mind.
Oh, like a message spell?
Yes.
Ah, okay, good. I thought this was like, kind of like, if we find her dead, is there anything we want to? and I was like,
Any last words?
any last words?
No.
Just
What?
oh God, I don't know. Yes, no. I would know if she was safe. If she were. Yes, just if she was safe.
I'm sure she will be. She seems strong, but I may have a way to ask her. I do need to. I look around and see probably reflective surfaces. I do need to find a better place to do that, though.
Do you have the spell I think you have? This is Bagog, as asking Esther.
Well,
If you mean sending, yes.
Yeah. What an amazing spell. That's awesome.
well, Ismark, I suppose now as the de facto burgomaster of the town, would it be too much to ask for, some resources for our rescue mission?
Of course. Arik, do you have a pen? The bartender reaches below the desk and pulls out a parchment and quill. He writes down a note of acquisitions, up to 1,000 gold pieces. Please, this is all I have in the coffers of the Burgermeister mansion. If you hand it to the merchant, he should be able to cover your costs, at least to a degree.
Well, that might get us a couple of horses and maybe a one day's ration, but let's see what we can do.
Yes, the merchant is very well known for ripping people off. All right. Now, as this happens, I would like to first of all welcome a few new people to the chat. Very, very big welcome to Ardana, Quest Junkie in the UK, and Pinethian. Welcome to the stream. Long story short, our lovely heroes are on a rescue mission for Irina, who is the town's burgomaster's daughter, or former burgomaster's daughter, who has been kidnapped by a vampire spawn and is currently being taken to Strahd's castle, the evil vampire person in charge of everything. Now, as our heroes are on the way, however, we have redeemed a very, very wonderful and amazing channel point reward. Now, as I previously mentioned, you guys in the audience are as much the GM as I am. So I would like to give a very special thanks to Ardana for what is about to happen now.
Jeez.
As you...
Magic items?
As we leave the bar, I look to Esther and say, so what is the difference between a changeling and a halfling? Please explain.
They're both halfling.
They're your lings, right? They're the same lings, or
Technically, that could be happening. I'll explain later.
I got the ling part right.
I mean, it is technically possible, Argento, that
Possible.
all halflings are changelings, and
Mm.
there'll be no way to find out.
Mm. I see.
All right. Now,
Oh,
It's
no.
resolved. How do we leave Barovia? Let's go.
Argento's on fire.
okay. At this point in time, as you walk out of the tavern, immediately bumping. Who's the first person to walk out of the tavern? Which one of you is?
I'm going to get some drinks before we leave.
Probably Bagog then.
Very well. Vigog, you are the first to leave. Let's set a mood here. As you leave, something bumps into your shin. It is a small, multicolored individual, or multicolored haired individual, wearing what is surprisingly large armor, wielding a massive shield and massive sword. It is a gnome, and they look you up and down, and they say, hold on, I need to get the voice right, bear with me.
My apologies.
You're right, these are your apologies. Now, out of my way. I'm looking for Ismark.
He's right this way. Come on in.
Well, thank you very much, but I can show myself in thank you.
Okay, I just spread my legs.
He
I can't
says,
fit up.
Unless you're offering me some kind of speed bag for punching,
No,
I suggest you
I
move
step
out of the
over
way
him.
rather than open your legs like some common
Okay,
whore.
okay. I step over him.
You dare step over
You know
Sir
what?
Lancelin of Yorn? He-
Watch it.
He pulls his sword and he says,
Yeah, I've never been more insulted in my life. Just because you're the size of a giant boulder doesn't mean you have to have the manners and graces of one.
I just turn around and walk
the
away.
the three of you hear this commotion coming from in front of you as Vigog attempts to horse straddle over a gnome.
Just trying to get out of his way the best way a giant can.
You're not a giant. You're 6 foot tall. He is
You're so
literally
big.
he is
I'm
literally
8 feet tall.
yes, but which means that to do this you would have to dangle your happy sacks literally on this dude's head. Okay? He is furious, absolutely furious.
Oh,
Apologize. Oh my gosh. Demiro, help me out here.
And this is the moment that the Goliath turns to the warrior for
The
diplomacy.
bard.
I'll call out. I say, short stuff. No, has anyone ever said that your inventions are just rubbish?
what? I presume you're talking to someone else, because you...
Oh, no, I was just seeing if you've never been insulted so much before in your life, how does that rate?
Oh, well, I mean, not all gnomes invent things, don't you know? Although, I'm about to invent a few new ways for this one to feel pain.
Ah!
Well, that would be quite inventive. He's made of stone, after all.
Well,
But I assure you those stones go all the way to the top.
well, good. I'm at least glad that at least one of you has some decorum. I'm feeling particularly angry at you and positive towards you and neutral towards the two of you, meaning that I am now officially a true neutral NPC. So
Could go either way.
I could go either way with your group.
The description of this character as a wandering NPC, which is, of course, once again, a very big special thank you to our Donner, is, of course, It is a gnomish paladin who is lawful good and neutral to the party. So that is what we have here. What you guys wish to do with this is entirely up to you. Right now, he is trying to speak with Ismark and getting past you. Now, after the kerfuffle with Vagag, he seems to move swiftly past Demiro, then Argento, then Esther. As he does so, Ismark recognizes him. Oh my god. Sir Lancelin, is that you?
Yes, Ismark, it is I, Sir Lancelin.
Thank God you're here. What news from the north?
Well, Velakis is still the same as ever, with people being manipulated by the evil mare that's over there. But nothing that a few good smacks on the head can't snap people out of. They need to stop relying on that evil, wicked magics.
Yes, I'm just glad that you're able to help us keep some semblance of order and keep their influence away.
Yes, it is of course my pleasure. Your sister has done much for me over these particularly hard times. I heard news that she was taken from the town.
But that simply happened moments ago. How did you find out?
Well, my keen gnomish ears hear much. And I also hear that there is a traveling troupe supposedly ready to siege Strahd's castle. I wish to join them on their merry adventure and try to bring back your sister.
Well, fortune favors you. They have not yet left. In fact, behold, I present to you the champions who would siege Strahd's castle. He turns and he tries to look behind you.
I'll look behind as well.
You guys just look at me. I'm like, what?
That is fortuitous timing. So if we can indeed find a party ready to siege the castle, we should join with them. But we would go there empty-handed and simply knock on the door.
Yes, Strahd is very cunning, and you would need to have more than simply your stature about you. You see, Strahd has many villains that lurk in the shadows. It is best to know your way around. I suppose a proper introduction is in order. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Sir... I forgot my name. Lachlan? Lancelin, that's the one, thank you. I am Sir Lancelin.
You're welcome, as Vagag.
Yes, I am Sir Lancelin, honored knight of the priestess of Seluna. I worship the moon, and thus, when was brought to this place, did not lose my paladin's way, for Seluna now guides me day and night, although all night, because there is technically no day here. And I've used that to try and protect as many people as I can.
Your last name wouldn't happen to be Oreri, would it?
Why?
Middle name Temp?
Oh, maybe. I mean, it could be.
Surely
I have no recollection of this NPC, but I will make it now.
Surely it's lean.
Yes. You can call me Sir Tem for short, because I will definitely forget Lancelin after a while.
Well, it is just amazing timing that you turned up when you did.
Yes.
We're about to head off, and we could use a guide such as yourself, knowledgeable in the area.
Well, I would definitely prefer to travel alone. Normally, soft footsteps make for easy travels in Barovia, and with a company such as this, with so many large and heavy individuals, you definitely risk attracting the unsavory sort. I've also heard rumors of an angered troll berserker that has recently taken up stock in the forest near here. If you wish to travel...
He may have regrown from the arm of a troll that we met previously, and that would make him quite angry. Yes.
Well, this definitely would, of course, anger a troll. Yes, I will accompany you, if for nothing else, to improve the chances of our lovely Irina being returned.
Oh, thank you, Sir Tem. You are truly an honorable knight, and I'm sure with these fellow companions, Demiro, Esther, Vagag, and Argento, you'll be able to rescue my darling sister.
Yes, I will.
Dramatic pose.
I just stomp on the ground.
That's wonderful. And I mean, we have no reservations whatsoever that you might suddenly turn on us at any moment.
What? No. Pff, you're talking about Badham. He's my cousin. He's a cleric of betrayal. Now, you say that you are preparing for your journey. What have you prepared thus far?
I prepared drinks.
I see. Well, libations are important. How much water have you procured for the journey?
Is it raining still?
Water?
Food?
What? That may not be an issue.
Ah.
I can, although I don't know how much you prefer arcane conjurings of food and water. I can make. That's something I can do.
Yes, someone in the chat just reminded. Oh yes, there's a wonderful pie cellar. We could go and get some food from.
Don't you dare.
The sweat water still on the ground.
Stay away.
For those of you who don't know in the audience, the group has encountered a witch selling pies made of human flesh in town. They have a ceasefire at the moment because Esther is also a witch, so they kind of have like a non-interference agreement for now. But how long that'll last will be up to them, really. All right, so.
But I can't. Sorry.
No, go.
I was just gonna say I do have crate food and water, so that won't be an issue. And we do have the rations, so like special rations if we need them.
And if it
do have
rains,
regular
I can
rations.
grab
I'm all going to
water
go
from
and
here.
procure horses and just general ropes and things, resupply things that
can
we've
easily
just
get
used
river
up as
water.
we've been going along.
Actually,
Very well. Now, I suppose the most pressing question. While you guys are procuring supplies, you have a moment privately to yourselves to speak about Sir Tem. You may have a few moments, or however long you require to talk while he is out of earshot.
So Tim. Seems like a lively fellow.
I like him.
Well, he's a paladin, so
He insulted me.
I'm not sure I entirely trust his intentions, but
It was an accident, I swear.
I mean, it is an amazing coincidence that he just happened to turn up as we were leaving.
and that he knew Irina had been taken, and they said he was from Vallaki.
But we may be able to make use of his services. I mean,
Yeah.
the last few people that have turned up and randomly offered their services to us have been quite useful. Like, the taxi driver.
Do you want me to read his mind while we question him about anything? Or
I mean, it wouldn't hurt just to check his surface thoughts if you can do that.
let's see how far.
So just a
Then
question:
again, he is a gnome, so
do we know if he's
I mean,
what type
1,000
of
miles an
oath
hour.
he is as a paladin?
I guess he is within 30 feet.
What type
You
of
know what?
paladin is he? Like what oath did it say he took? Did
he
he
seems-
say?
He is
Yeah, actually,
he is a gnomish paladin.
Oh, okay.
if he has any symbols, Argento might know. Maybe I'm not actually sure how. that
He's a
works.
paladin of the moon goddess.
Oh yeah. I guess is he within 30 feet of me? Lancelin?
Sure. You can move to 30 foot next to him.
Okay, I guess while we're just kind of talking, I'll move around, and then when I'm within 30 feet, I will cast on myself detect thoughts and just kind of look at him, read his surface thoughts.
Sure. His surface thoughts seem to be of let's say, a romantic nature with Miss Irene. A kind of like almost like a schoolyard crush upon the fair maiden.
Alright, I go back to the group. Alright, he's legit. I kind of whisper to Demiro in his ear, I'm just like, he's got a little crush on Irene.
Oh, well, I mean, who doesn't, really?
A little crush.
Fairly sure Argento does as well.
Is that a joke? A little crush? Because he's little.
All right. Now, you guys can feel free over the course of now or whenever have purchased a variety of different materials. We'll do a shopping thing between games. But for now, however, presuming that you have purchased all of the stuff that you require, what is your next port of call?
I
Also,
actually
I don't
wanna-
know if you noticed it, but there was a Uncle Sats a few while back did a spawn a random undead with 100 bits.
Oh, I see. Well, allow me to.
There is actually an undead in the. No.
All right, allow me to. I've got just the thing here from AK Writer, which I feel like I should bust out now. So thank you for that. I will do that immediately. Sorry, I'm still putting slight touch-ups on the gnome for use. So I apologize for missing that. Let's see. Any other
Real
parameters
quick.
besides summon undead? Summon undead?
Yeah.
The steak thrower 5,000. Yeah. Now with garlic spray. All right, here we go.
Just garlic bread.
So he's basically like an oath of the moon. So he's like a silver star or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Anyway, he seeks truth, guys. Just so you guys are aware. So his intentions will most likely always be true. At least they should be, unless if he's want to smite his god, which paladins is a bad thing.
Indeed. All right.
He wanders the path
Sounds
of
like a
truth.
good plan.
So
All right. With everything prepared, you begin to set off. Now, are you guys going to be walking on foot, or are you going to try and take a carriage?
I thought we could get some horses, but actually, now that you mention it, if the taxi will take us there, then that's probably just the.
Unfortunately, the Dread Rider refuses to take you all the way. He will take you up to the gate, which, if we very quickly take a look at our map here. Here we go. If we have a look at the map of Barovia, he will take you pretty much to here, this location, but no further.
And then, is that the castle to the right of that? Or
Correct.
further?
That is the castle.
Okay.
So it'll take you
Right.
pretty close, but not all the way.
On the
McKinley?
way.
Oh, sorry, one sec.
go ahead.
McKinley?
No, yep.
You can go ahead first if you want to.
No, you can. Mine will take a bit. I was gonna ask Lancelin something, but so I want you to go first.
Would there have been time before we left if I could have asked Ismark if I could go to the Burgermeister's house so I can use the sending spell without any interference because of the runes that have been carved in?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. I didn't know that we were leaving yet. I'm sorry.
No. We're not quite leaving. It's just more if like the shopping stuff is done, so you guys are ready to leave whenever you would like.
Okay.
All right. So, is anyone else going with Esther to the Burgermeister's house in order to try and send the sending spell?
I'll
yeah,
go
we'll
with
go
it.
with it.
Yep. All right. You all make your way to the Burgermeister's house. What you see in front of you is, of course, as described previously, a tall and rather well-off house, except for the fact that it has been boarded from all sides. Claw marks and scratches seem to have torn at various barricades that have been erected, but these are old and worn. The runes that carve around the sides of the Burgermeister's house are deeply ingrained into the very wood. And as you arrive, you sense the magics and the wards have faded since the Master's departure. Now, upon entering, you find yourself surrounded by a wide variety of rather, standard fare for a Burgermeister. Sitting room, lounge, some books on the shelves, a kitchenette area and a smoke room, as well as a couple of very, very well-furnished bedrooms.
While Esther gets ready, I'm gonna search some books in the shelves and see if I can find anything that might be of interest to me. Be it like interesting, like architecture of Barovia, landmarks, or wizard like maybe the Burgermeister had some wizardy stuff in here that he would just have as the Burgermeister.
You find a couple of books on mostly things like herbalism and a few books on like building abattoirs and latrines and the like. Nothing, overly grabbing, just generic stuff you would imagine to run and maintain a town.
Okay, I'll just flip through a bit of it, but I'm not gonna take it with me. I'm just gonna read it while I'm here. So
sure. Meanwhile, Esther.
I was just thinking of the words I want to use. Okay.
Is it 25 letters or 25 words? Yep. Not
Very
letters,
unfortunate if it was letters.
ABC.
Based on Twitter.
Okay. Now, so we're sending. Let's see. Message. What was the last two creature with which you are familiar? Okay, and they would have to respond verbally, right? They can't. It's not like message where you're kind of whispering it. You would have to respond verbally, right?
Correct. They could respond verbally if they would like to.
Well, yes, if they like to.
Yeah, but they don't have to.
Just didn't know, like, if they had to say it out loud. Okay, then. Okay. Alright. Okay. Okay, sorry. Just trying to make sure I got it right. 1 second, please.
No, that's fine. I'm just putting the last little touches on our lovely paladin friend.
Dies first combat. Goddamn.
Yeah, I know, right? Don't even joke about that.
Is the mirror here too, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay. I probably just, as we're waiting, just hand him the book on herbalism. Just in case we need to make something. I'm looking through random books. If you
wouldn't mind collecting notes on how they made the magic runes around the house.
Yeah.
If they've got any.
True.
Make a let's go an investigation check as you attempt to try and locate any information about the runes and the wardings and the like. No, you don't really find anything.
No. Okay.
Argento's looking around to see if there's any weapons or potions or anything we can take with us that might assist us.
You may make a perception check as well.
No.
Oh, that's even worse.
You kind of like look in cookie jars and stuff. You don't quite find anything.
You find your chips.
Oh, the chips here, yes. I bring a cookie jar over to Vergog. Is like, is this a potion?
I take a cookie and I eat
Does
it.
this help?
Tastes like one.
So there's no repeating steak thrower.
Okay.
We need to find that secret room with the minigun in it and things like that.
Yeah.
And the mad alchemist in there just working away. Yes, oh yes, I've been making all these weapons, waiting for someone to come along.
Are you ready, Esther?
Before I go, is there anything y'all need to ask? I have my idea of what I'm going to say, but last chance.
All right. Whenever you're ready, Esther.
Okay. Oh, good.
Send away.
All right. Don't respond verbally unless that's safe. Is there anything we should know or bring if we advance on Ravenloft?
As you speak these words... Sorry, you on?
It's okay.
As you speak these words, ripples appear in the water that you've created. The wards themselves seem to be holding, for now at least. What you see in front of you is what looks to be like almost like a glowing ember or a light of some kind. You also see it's a flame glowing at the end of a torch or in a bullseye lantern.
So I'm seeing this where?
It's in the reflection.
Is it inverted? The torch?
No.
Okay. Then it's not that. Okay.
Bring light.
Sorry, I was waiting. I didn't know where.
No, that was it. That was it.
Okay.
So you just basically just saw an image in your mind, not words.
Oh, didn't know that. That's interesting. Okay. I was very confused. I'm sorry.
What did you see, Esther? Did she say anything back?
There was a light, a torch flame. Wait. Oh, okay.
All right. As this happens, suddenly you hear a crash. Oop, maybe. And a cry from
I
outside.
look out the window.
You look out the window. You see nothing for a moment, but as you peer between the two slats in the wall, in the door, you suddenly are confronted by this. Let me. One moment. Oh God, that's a bit big.
Oh no.
Pardon me. There we go.
I was like, oh.
There we go. All right. A wicked eye peers at you from behind the two slats, and you hear an audible. Sorry. Let me get my throat right. You hear an audible.
Come out. Face me. I await your death. The Master knows your scent, and I am here to expunge it from this place.
We've got company.
Well, we'll be right out. But who's there, by the way?
I am El Manjar, the bringer of your doom.
Oh, I thought you were awaiting our death.
You hear the sounds of more rattling as the windows and doors start to collide and crash.
I back away from the window first.
Well, I
Are
mean,
we
we
safe
could just
in here? I mean, they said we're good.
We bring Sir
go
Tim
out
with us?
back.
The runes held up before, right? They should still hold up.
You hear the sounds of the wood. You hear the sounds of the wood being torn as you
I think the
know.
magic was fading as we got here.
I don't have mending. Yeah.
As you know, the wards have started to erode. Esther.
So he.
Oh, sorry. Is that
So-
too loud? Let me. How do I?
It was just
fix
high
that?
pitched. It's okay.
It was just the
No, I got it. Okay. Yes. Carry on.
Weird
Okay.
job.
So, whatever this creature was looking through the window, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Would the window happen? Is it boarded up or would it happen to be unlocked?
Is the what? Sorry.
Is it like a panel window or is it boarded up?
The glass has been shattered on the inside. It has been boarded up since.
Oh, I wish I was gonna smack him in the face with bomb detection. Okay. Then
I'll just call that. So, what would happen if we don't come out?
The house once again begins to shake and rattle. The sound of wood and slats sort of sliding and slipping. You could hear actually in the back of the house bits of wood falling to the ground below.
Oh,
I see. I'm getting rather big bad wolf vibes here.
All right. And with that, we are going to go into initiative. All right. Now, this encounter comes courtesy of our lovely audience members. I believe that was Uncle Sats who gave us the cheer for an undead encounter, and the undead encounter was actually written by and included by AK Ryder. So thank you guys, for this. Let's play this out. Let's see how this goes. All right. Nope, that's not it. Come on, you. Oh yeah, much better. Okay. Rolling initiative. We begin with Demiro.
So we're inside and still can't see him.
Make a perception check as you begin your turn. With a 15, you see a wisp of white move past the western wall.
So I can see him or I can't see him.
You saw him, yes.
Okay. I guess a glimpse is enough. If I will try and cast slow on it.
Okay. Very well.
Now, do we... Hang on. Combat. Oh, we don't have him in our combat, so I can't drag stuff onto him.
He is in the initiative tracker.
I'm looking at the initiative tracker. There's nothing there.
Oh, is he not? There you go.
No, he's there. Save. Failure.
All right. He fails to save against your slow. His movements become more staggered and rigid.
I'll just keep that song going for as long as I can concentrate on it.
Very well. Vigag, you can see where Demiro's seems to be focusing his attention, and with the slow effect now in range, he definitely seems to be stuck near the western wall. What do you do?
I pull my hands around and I swing them to pull my arcane energy together to try and cast a witch bolt at it.
All right. You begin to conjure your witch bolt.
No, I crit miss.
Oof. All right. You critically miss as you cast your bolt of lightning. It flies out and destroys some of the wooden slats.
Oops. Oh no.
As it does so, you watch as his eyes fill with this red glow. His smile creeps across his face. Excellent.
Uh-oh.
It is his turn. At this point, You watch as his body transforms partially into smog and crawls through the gap now created by Vagag's crack in the wall. As he reforms, you watch as his eyes fix.
Is that a spell?
It is not a spell. It's just how he's moving. And
Gotcha.
it starts to crawl along the ground towards Vagag. But because it is slowed, that is all it can do. It is cold here. You can see your breath clinging to the air as you are sharing the same space as it. Esther, it is now behind you, next to Vagag.
So just so you guys know, while it's slowed, it can't take reactions, so it won't be able to opportunity attack you.
Yes. Okay, cool.
But it might wear off.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
May I use guiding bolt? Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
You create a bolt of glowing energy as it forms in your hand. What does it look like? What color is it?
Oh, sorry, 1 second. Just had to pull it up. What was that again?
What color is your magic?
I would say purple. Is that right? Or is that wrong?
No, that's right. Yeah, it's whatever shape or color you would like it to be.
Oh, okay.
So, as you conjure your mote of light, it fires forth from your hand towards the white. It strikes, hitting it square in the back. As its movements are slow and sluggish from Demiro, your attack manages to deal a glorious...
Let's see, I think I did this.
Oh, dang.
Dang, 19 points of damage. You can see a perfect, basically a burn mark in its back from where you struck at it. And, in addition, you have made it easier for others to hit him as that glowing mark continues to flare up. We then move to Argento, our Dragonborn.
All right, so he's close enough to me to attack, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
I'm in the vicinity. Good. Okay, so can I use Searing Smite as my bonus action first?
100%. Your sword begins to glow.
All right, then I'll attack him with the Warhammer.
Oh, your Warhammer, sorry. Your Warhammer. I keep saying, I don't know, every time I think of flaming weapons, I always think like searing swords. That's always it.
Yeah.
All right. So,
searing
your hammer, as you hit it to the ground.
First attack.
Yeah, there you go.
He got put in a box.
I would like for you to make me another attack, if you would be so kind. However, this time I would like you to swing at Vagag.
Oh, no.
Oh,
right.
good.
All right. As Argento takes a heavy swing, putting all of his weight, he hyperextends and swings just as it manages to basically miss Vagag by a hair's breadth. The creature
So do I get a
looks.
second attack now?
Yeah, you get your second attack.
Wouldn't you have an
Oh,
advantage?
sorry, Vagag.
Oh,
Sorry.
actually, sorry. Isn't your second attack a bonus attack?
No, now level 5, I have 2 attacks for when I attack.
Carry on then.
Yeah.
All right. After your warm up, you know what I mean, like just stretching out and just like just
Put a hole in the floor.
little of that. Yeah. Now you finally.
And this does 1d8
Smash him into that same hole.
plus my Searing Smite, which is it's only level 1. I didn't take it at level 2, so it's a 1d6.
Yep. By all means.
technically, your first attack, Argento, had
Oh.
advantage.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's fine. Keep
Oh,
going.
really? Oh.
Yeah, because of the guidance.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right.
But you still missed.
So
All
4
right.
extra, yeah.
Very well. And that's a 4 extra damage, which I will add to him now. Done and done. Okay. Nicely done. Okay. Demiro, we are back up to you.
Okay. I was just checking if healing word could damage undead, but it doesn't. It just has no effect. Okay, well, I'll just yeah, I'll just attack him. You said to meet you outside. It's quite rude coming in.
We are Team Dave.
And,
All right.
with the bonus action, I will give a inspiration to Vigag.
All right, Vigag, you feel inspired.
Oh, I feel like I can do anything right now. Wah!
Try not to smash all the windows down.
All right. You feel inspired to hopefully not smash the windows down. As Vigag, we go to you. The white seems to be looking directly at you. What do you do?
So it's still slowed. I'm gonna get behind Argento so that it gets to Argento, and then I'm going to attempt Witch Bolt again. This time, focusing, being inspired. I feel like I can actually hit this time.
Alright.
Just for the sake of bardic inspiration, I'm gonna roll that first. What was it? A D6?
D8 now, I think.
D8? Oh, nice. Okay, so I get to add 7 to it.
Oh, come on, you can't miss with that.
I know. So modifier 7. And 17. Focusing the ball of purple energy is shoot it at the white, or at the yeah.
All right, very well. As you manage to do so, it strikes the form of the white and deals 2 points of damage.
It's latched onto him though, so effect. Oh wait, I don't know. Do I put the effect on him now, or is that like?
No, put it on now. Put it on now.
Okay, yeah. There we go. Yeah.
All right. Now, I've always wanted to do this. All right.
Thank you, Demiro.
Okay.
That was amazing. As in, like.
Okay, here we go. You ready? The white reaches forward and stretches in your direction, Vigag. But then realize that that Argento is in the way as you have moved behind. He changes his hand, and this clawed finger that seems to burst through these iron gloves looks towards Argento, and he says, "As blackest night falls from the sky, the darkness grows as all light dies. I crave your heart and your demise. By my black hand, your soul is mine." And he is
he's
going to use life drain on Argento.
I don't know.
I do not like grenades in ham.
I do not like grenades in ham.
Don't you have a bit of life training?
All right. Life drain.
Life drain. Why am
I don't know. I don't know if I can cancel that. I don't know if it's a spell. I don't know that one.
Oh,
yeah!
He will miss.
Yeah.
All right. As he reaches out and tries to rip your soul out, there's a moment, Argento, where your almost your ectoplasmic ethereal essence starts to pull from your form, but you sort of grit your teeth and gird your loins, and you and pull backwards.
Yes.
He remembers the almost boat ride.
Right.
And then,
All right.
Told you I didn't like green eggs and eggs.
Not lying. All right, Esther, it is your turn.
Oh, he's still slowed.
Hold on 1 second. Let me try this again. 'Cause he should automatically make the save.
Yeah,
No?
I assume it's rolling it as it moves past him.
Oh, well, I assume too, I guess. That's fine. But that is all he does.
I
As
mean,
we go
it's
to Esther.
meant to, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to. It's fine.
Yeah.
All right, Esther, it is your turn.
So let's see. I go. So I would have to be 10 feet away because if I was within melee range and I cast a spell, well, he doesn't have attacks of opportunity, right?
yeah, he's still slowed.
Okay. Sorry. I haven't seen that spell before, so I didn't know. I'm sorry.
You're good.
It looks like Tim's here. Tim's arriving.
Lancelot.
He's on his way. Okay. May I use Sacred Flame?
Absolutely.
Just for the irony of it. You know, with all that talk of darkness.
All right.
Let's see. Okay, that's the right one, I think.
Oh.
Oh, I did the wrong one.
Why was that a disadvantage? That's a disadvantage because...
Disadvantage on dexterity because of slow.
Oh, yeah, no, it's... Yeah, but it's... Oh, yeah, right, all right. No, I rolled a disadvantage for it.
It should just be a -2 to dex saving throws, not
No, it's also got it's fine. It's fine. I'm happy to give him disadvantage. Either way, he still managed to make the saving throw. So as your sacred flame comes down, it almost seems to disappear into the darkness that surrounds this particular white. Argento, it is your turn.
Yes. Argento seems a little bit pissed off that he tried to suck the life from me. So as you can tell, the angry look on my face, I'm going to attack him with my warhammer. As I say, enough with this, I'm done with you.
Are we getting Super Argento?
Yeah, he's pretty pissed.
Super Argento, roll that 20.
His scales go yellow. Oh, dang!
You could say that he's very.
I totally called it! Holy shit!
Whatever, fine. I don't need it. I didn't need that encounter to do nothing. I was, just whatever. Fine, be that way.
So with damage, what do I just roll the damage die?
Yeah, just roll it. It'll automatically do a critical hit.
Super Argento!
All right.
I love it.
With that last hit, as you club into him, the searing edge of your hammer dissipates the form as it cries out in anguish. Its soul is torn into sundered pieces that then vaporize. And there is a silence that follows, along with a hideous...
What?
All right.
What was that?
Ladies and gentlemen, Sirenscape, I would like to make a personal note. I love your sound. I love your soundscapes. I do. I love them with all my heart. But that was just the Banshee's scream. That was the button I just pushed. It was called Banshee's Scream. And I'd like to point out that the reaction of my players.
Strangled baby.
Yeah,
It's like a baby.
I want to hit it again. I'm just hoping that maybe that was just a bad one. So let's hear it.
I
Let's
thought
hear
it
it.
was the vampire kid from before.
All right, here we go. Ready? Okay.
That's what the kid sounded like when we tried to cut it up.
That's the vampire baby.
That definitely gotta remember that. Banshee Scream, renamed Vampire Baby. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Excellent. I mean, look, Fantasy Grounds is normally all over that. But yeah, that's a little. And you know what? Honestly, if you think about it, right?
I still like it. That was awesome.
but how would you record a a Banshee's scream or a Mandrake's yell? You know what I mean? Like, how do you record stuff that's supposed to kill you? So I don't entirely blame them.
Supposed to kill you.
Oh, AK. All right. Let's move on. All right, so that guy's dead. I'm gonna call it. That guy is dead. Where are you? Come here. You're out of here now. Boom, there he is. He's dead. All right. At which
was
point, the door
amazing.
is suddenly burst open. I have arrived! Fear not, for Sir Ten has arrived.
You're just in time, Areri.
Where is the danger?
Well, it's at Castle Ravenloft. We were just about to head there.
Yep.
But I thought I heard the sounds of a wicked undead.
Oh, yeah.
A pile of mush.
I look at my
Well-
Warhammer and say there's a little bit of him left right here.
One did turn up, and he asked us to come outside, and then he couldn't
He
wait
just came.
and came in and evaporated.
Oh.
Evaporated.
Well, I brought the carriage and the horses, just like you asked, and next thing I know, I saw lights and flashing spells and fire and all of this other stuff. I quickly leapt into action, and it seems as though perhaps I was quick to judge. Maybe you are quite worthy traveling companions.
I'm sure I probably just caught you with my slow spell. Sorry about that.
Oh, yes. Sorry, Tasriel got me on that one. It was the sound of the banshee twisting her ankle. I'm like, exactly what it was. It's exactly what it was. It was a banshee twisting her ankle. All right.
Well, that would make a banshee scream.
Sorry.
That would.
I would share this with everybody. Mac just sent all of us in the group. She said, we were just having a house party, maybe a rave, something. It was just,
And she's the neighbor, came over, didn't like it.
Yeah.
Although rather than twisting her ankle, she probably just mashed her little toe on the corner of the
It's
table,
awesome.
so she can't quite get the scream out.
She stubbed her toe.
There you go. All right. Now, because I don't actually have anywhere to put him, I am going to leave. I'm going to leave little Sir Ten right there in the corner. So he is now a permanent fixture for the group as a companion traveling with you guys until such a time as he decides to re-enter his neutrality and leave you. And I should probably return myself to my glorious form. Shakao! There he
She
is.
stepped
All
on
right.
a Lego.
So,
What would drive a man to be so neutral?
oh God. How very neutral of you, Kif. No. Okay. Now, as you manage to defeat this creature and, of course, send the message back, the one message you got in return from your sending spell was fire of some kind or a light. That is the thing that you need the most. I presume that with this knowledge, among your equipment that you will purchase, of course, between this game and the next one, you will include what exactly?
Ever-burning candles.
Couple of ever-burning candles?
Lantern?
I have a.
Did you say a
couple of tinder
jack-o'-lantern?
boxes and
That's not an oil lantern. But yeah, I kind of want to do that now. But.
I have some torches and some
One
oil
candle.
flasks and
Yep,
I got some
torches,
stuff.
oil. Sweet. Easy done,
I
easy
have some
done.
stuff we can use. Don't know how much, but yeah.
Sure. All right, so you are liberally prepared with some torches and fire.
Yeah.
All right. Now, before we leave the village of Barovia, is there anything anyone would like to do before they set their sights northward?
I was just gonna talk to him on the way, like when we were on the cart. So if they've got anything they want to do, I would just talk to
Sure.
Lancel in on the way there.
All right. Now, are you taking the Dread Rider or are you taking your own cart?
I think we'll take the Dread Rider because we'll probably forget about our cart halfway.
Very well.
Well, it seems as though we're all ready to travel. Let us begin.
As he sits
You
on
saw
top.
fire, right?
What?
Go, Matt. You're right.
Sorry, that was me as the Dread Rider. Wait, were you talking to Dread or were you talking to someone else?
I was asking you thing.
Oh, yeah.
We saw fire, right?
In the vision?
Yeah.
Yes, you saw fire.
Yes,
Specifically fire.
Like the church. Like, well, not like we saw the church, but like Like the church.
Yeah.
Do we go to the church on fire? Is that what we're trying to say?
This is
It's like, oh yeah, the
another-
church is on fire. Do we go?
Yeah, Esther turns around and says, "Fire, fire." Meanwhile, behind. Yeah. For those of
We
you,
need to bring the church with us.
so for those of you who, that's the church in
Or no,
Barovia.
not quite.
Yeah. So for
Maybe
those
she
of
was
you
just
who are,
reminding us that the stove is on.
yeah, you know, it's really funny because a lot of the audience members right now are running Curse of Strahd, and it's like, yeah, that's what happened to my church. I mean. It's gonna basically be my like Simpsons tire fire. It's just always gonna be on fire.
If there's any vampires left there, they're gone now.
We'll get back.
I was-
We're supposed to repair the church. Oh, I made it better.
All right, Esther.
I was just wondering because where Esther's from, fire is very important, like symbol wise. But there's also so she doesn't have like a really big connection with fire, but she does have a cultural significance toward fire, and also this probably wasn't the first time someone tried to burn her for witchcraft. So she has.
Yep, probably
Yeah.
true.
She's traveled a lot.
Morgana
Don't
was
like
in
her.
there.
Yep. Every now this is the real reason why Esther walks around with marshmallows in her pockets.
Yeah, I was
like,
gonna say.
just in case,
Marshmallows.
anytime someone tries to burn me at the stake, at least I can have like a, like, oh, there we
Final
go.
snack.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Morganis was in the church when we were up there hiding.
Always carry a packet of marshmallows.
Now she's dead. It's like, yeah, we never have to.
But I do have this hometown like significance for fire, so that's just why I was curious. And so that's kind of why I focus a lot on fire spells like Sacred Flame.
Yeah.
Is because of that. And so I was just trying to think like that.
Very well. All right.
Mm.
Well, if there is nothing further, the Dread Rider cracks his reins and the horses begin to move. We leave the town of Barovia, maybe for the last time, but who knows? Probably not, but it's dramatic if I say it that way. You begin to make your way with great haste across the countryside of Barovia, making your way southwestwards at first, as you make your way following the long and arduous road. As it makes its way through, you see a wide variety of undead that seem to have coalesced and gathered. They almost look like they are listlessly aiming towards moving in the direction of the village of Barovia. The Dread Rider runs many of them down, their soft, squishy flesh crunching under the heavy-set wheels of your wagon as it clatters and rolls down the cobblestone. The Dread Rider goes the long way around, past where you haven't actually been before, through the forest itself and the winding paths, until eventually he comes to the large bridge, crossing back over into Strahd's kingdom. As he begins to make his way across the bridge, all of a sudden a clap of thunder and a crack of lightning strikes the road nearby. The horses cry out in a surprised whinny as the cart suddenly veers off the road. The Dread Rider tries his hardest to hold it back on, but the rear of the wagon suddenly breaks past the railing. It now hangs precariously over the edge with the 5 of you inside. All right. This is where we find ourselves. What do we do?
That was a rough stuff.
Yeah.
So it's currently still moving?
No. Well, it's kind of
Oh.
leaning backwards because of the weight.
Okay.
No sudden moves.
I'm gonna actually try to balance out so we can kind of ride out as it keeps going.
All
So
right.
we don't fall back, but don't fall forward.
I need you to make me an insight check.
Okay. No.
You try to shift your weight. As one of the largest individuals, however, you aren't able to ascertain where the weight should be shifted, and the cart begins to slip further backwards. The Dread Rider says, "Hang on! Hang on!" You hear him whip the horses with the reins once more. These 2 massive draft horses try and struggle, pulling against the hard cobblestone. Come on, girls! You can do it. He basically at this point dismounts and gets onto the front. He tries helping by pulling on them in that direction as well. Sir Ten seems to have kind of propped himself up, and he said,
No, the gypsy was right. This is how I die.
no, he doesn't say that. He just, no, just.
Are there windows in the carriage?
Small windows, yes. Enough for you to climb out of, but would obviously cause you to have to squeeze. Demira, Esther, and Sir Ten will be perfectly fine. However, Argento and Vagag will have difficulties getting out that way. Through the window, that is. They can open the doors and try to climb out, but yeah.
Take the no sudden moves back. Everybody out the windows.
Yeah.
What?
All right.
Just help me punch the ceiling out.
Athletics check, please, from Demiro, Esther, and our new companion, Sir Lancelin Tem. There we go.
Out the door, Vergog.
Out the door.
All right. 21, 13, and Esther? Another 10. All right. So, the three of you managed to climb out relatively safely. You are now on the edge of the carriage. The inclination is like about 45 degrees. You feel yourself sliding backwards.
I leap up onto the bridge.
Make an athletics check as you kick off the wagon and leap back up onto the bridge.
Yeah, I want to jump out the door, out the back, up onto the bridge. Is that possible?
Yes. I need you to make me an athletics check, if you'd be so kind.
Oh, God.
You kick the back door out, and as it does, one of the wheels gives way. The whole thing shudders. Esther, Vagag, and Tem need to make me an athletics check. And Demira, you need to finish up the one that you made to jump onto the bridge.
What's the distance?
Distance is about 10 foot. Oh, no.
So
Can I use a reaction to cast a spell?
Sure.
I'm gonna reaction
easy.
use Featherfall.
Very well.
Mirthful leaps, so I can get an extra D8 on the distance. I can.
Nice. All right. Well, with
Nice.
very little effort, Demiro, you and your cloven hooves managed to kick off the side of the cart and land firmly back onto the bridge. But you watch as Argento, when he kicks the door out, suddenly the weight shifts, and when that wheel breaks, the whole thing slides. You watch as as Dread turns and says, "We have to save the horses."
So everyone seems to be sort of clambering out of the carriage now, don't they?
Well, funny you mention
Actually,
that. Lancelin falls out of out from the side and now clings to the back of the wagon. If the wagon gives way, he will be crushed underneath it. Esther has hung on for dear life and is barely hanging onto the side. And I didn't get one from Vagag.
oh what?
Are we over the river
Athletics?
though?
Yeah.
21.
Yeah, and Vagag is still inside the carriage. Argento and Vagag are both inside the carriage.
Are we over a river or it's not?
You are over the river, yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
How high up is it?
Okay.
It is 20 foot up and 40 foot deep in the water. There is also jagged rocks, and the river moves quite fast.
Yeah, someone's been in that river before.
I am going to cast. Actually, it's rather than the Featherfall. I'm going to cast haste on Argento.
All right. Very well. You begin to cast and conjure a spell. Argento, your body begins to fill with this golden light of electricity. You feel hasted for a moment.
I'll grab out one of the ropes and I'll use Mage Hand to take one of the ends of the rope to Temp.
As he's hanging on, he sees the rope and he reaches out for it.
Come on.
And with an 11, he grabs onto the rope and swings clear of the bottom of the wagon.
Okay. Is everyone out of the wagon?
No. Esther is on the side. Argento and Vagag are still in the wagon.
Argento, I run, get out of the cart, but run to the horses. With this spell, you should be able to catch up with them.
Sure. So
As I'm holding
I
concentration.
can jump out cleanly onto the bridge. Is that correct?
You did not. No, you are still in the
I'm
wagon.
saying, can I now? Like,
Oh, you can you now? Yeah. Athletics
Yeah.
check as you try to jump out. Hey, way better. All right, you leap out and you
nice.
manage to grab on and pull yourself onto the bridge. In fact, you do such a good job, you may take Esther with you if you so desire.
Yes.
All right, as you jump out, Esther, you can kind of grab onto Argento if you'd like, just for extra security as he leaps across.
Yeah.
But Vagog's still in there, right?
Vagog is still in the wagon.
Yeah.
Counting on you, Argento!
So instead of running to the horses, I wanna grab the wagon and try to pull it hard onto the bridge. I know that's tough, but I want to try to at least hold it. How much does the wagon weigh? Let's put it that way. I mean, I'm pretty heavy.
All right, quite a lot. If you want to, so because of the action economy that we have right now, you have moved with Esther onto the bridge, and you've got enough movement because of haste to get around to the front. I need you to make me a an athletics check. I'll go with another athletics check as you grab onto the horse's harness and you try to pull back. With a 12 and with the assistance of the two horses, you have bought another round, but Vagog is still in mortal peril.
He's been there before.
As if killing Vagog scares us. All right, Vagog, what are you doing?
All right.
Sorry. My apologies. Esther, what are you doing?
Sorry, I'm still trying to find something. I don't know where it is. So the door has the door been opened at this point?
Yes.
Yeah.
The door has been
Okay.
smashed open.
Got it. Let's see. Then, what can I do? So, sorry, I'm just trying to figure out what's happening. Argento is, with the horses, is pulling up the cart, and we have another round, right?
Yep.
That is correct.
Sorry.
All right.
Then, sorry. Just where is it? All I do have is that pike, but I don't know if that would work if I tried to use it like that. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
No, that's okay. What are you thinking?
Well, with the pike specifically, I wouldn't have time to fashion it into like harpoon style, but I would be if I.
Well,
So
without
you
wanting to
listen,
sound...
and Michael can let you know.
I'm
whether
really
you
sorry.
can do it or
I'm
not.
really sorry.
Yeah. What you can do, so I what I'm trying to get is that you're trying to use the pike as a harpoon, and try to use it in some way. Now, if you want, what I can let you do is you can use the harpoon to hit the sort of area behind where Vagog is, and then give Vagog something to grab onto in order to pull him back up. Even if the whole thing falls down, it'll fall away around Vagog. Is that something you want to look at doing? Thumbs up for yes?
If you want, we can do that. If you want to.
Okay.
I had meant to. If it was attached to a rope, I had meant to go a loop through the wheel.
Oh,
and
nice.
then throw it. And then catch it so that the wheel gets stuck.
Okay,
But
no,
then
I
the
like
wheel-
that. I like that. All right, I want you... Okay, you tie the rope around the wheel, and then you create a tether and an anchor for the carriage. Because of that, I'm gonna make the target number for Argento lower for the last athletics check to save the wagon. No, that's a great idea. That's a fantastic idea. Okay.
Yeah.
You find a nearby tree, and with enough heft, you send that pike straight into the side of a wall. Sorry, a tree. Okay. Vigog, it is now your turn. You're in the wagon. You see that the wagon is slipping a bit, but it's kind of slowing as Argento is pulling up, and the two horses are kind of pulling forward, and Dread is
I'll call out
pulling.
and give inspiration to Vigag, which you can use on a skill check. Vigag, you're about to die again. Hurry up.
True. All right. I jump out of the cart. But this I'm gonna try and roll though, like fall, duck and roll.
Okay, make an athletics check as you leap out.
And I've got the bardic inspiration. So 4 athletics. 15.
You grab on with both hands to the side of the bridge. All right, Argento, this is your moment. Let's see if you save the wagon with the supplies, or if it goes for a
pull
swim.
The wagon. I actually have inspiration, so I want to use it.
By all means.
So get the advantage on the athletics.
All right.
Yeah.
With the 16, you manage to hoist and pull and wrench, and the wagon is saved.
Yes.
Nice.
Unfortunately, the axle and the wheel are beyond repair at this present time, but for the most part, your supplies remain intact. The horses are alive. Sorry?
Nice.
Mending.
Oh, you want to cast Mending? Dang it. Damn. Fine, cast Mending. Be useful. And you know what? Gain a hero point and gain Save the Day. There,
Nice.
have that. Look at that. That's yours.
Yeah, nice job, Esther.
Yeah, good job.
Sorry.
Don't be sorry. It's good.
That was awesome.
It's good. It's good. Okay, well done.
That's Michael being
One of the bridge
Michael.
turns up
It's
and
me,
smashes
it's me.
all the wheels again.
Oh yeah. One thing you'll learn about Australians is Australians we pretend to be, what's the word, sarcastic, I guess, when it comes to stuff, but we're really happy. We're really happy. It takes a lot of practice. Like, trust me, being friends with Tim for as long as I have. Anyway. Okay. Anyway, so
Wait, friends?
all right. Speaking of friends, hi Eric. Thank you so much for the subscription, dude. You, sir, are a bloody legend. All right.
Hi, Eric.
Now, you, it's basically, if I'm being super formal and polite, either you're a business associate or an enemy. Thanks, man. All right. Esther casts Mending, and you watch as the wood begins to stitch and seal back up. The wheel is now restored to its rightful place, and you begin to make your way once more. Now, the rest of the journey goes by uneventful. You arrive at the other gate to the north. There was one winding road leading to the castle that looms like a black thorn in the countryside. It is here that the Dread Rider bids you farewell and wishes you luck. He, however, knows that he will not be able to assist you should you come into any kind of trouble, but hopes and prays that this will not be the last time that you cross paths. With Sir Tem in tow, you at least have some assistance, and there may be hope for you yet, but what lies before you is an unconquerable hill, or at least a thus unconquered hill. But your goal today is not to kill Strahd, but to simply save a dear friend. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we are going to end today's session as we come to a valiant close on today's this week's journey. I want to thank everyone, of course, who came out and hung out. Thank you so much to everyone in the audience, and I will I'll give you proper thanks when we get to it in the breakdown.
We give chat hero point.
Yeah, chat does definitely get a hero point today. But before we go out, let's touch base with everyone and see what is the most memorable moment of each of the characters. Now, I would like to start in the reverse order to my normal order and ask McKinley, what was your most memorable moment for today?
Let me think. Sorry. I like Sir Lancelot.
Oh, you like
Sir Lancelot?
Yep, Sir Lancelot. Yeah, no, Sir Lancelot was a lot of fun, and of course, as always, it was very, very kind of Ardana, who has been following the channel for so long, to donate a wandering NPC. Now, guys, if you don't know what that is, on my channel, I have a bunch of channel points that can be used to redeem in any game that I am GMing in. These points can do a bunch of different things, ranging from random plot twists, which activate immediately, all the way through to the like, you know, wandering NPCs, which actually do last a couple of sessions. You know, some wandering NPCs, you know, they will come and go throughout an entire series. Or like with Sir Lancelot, will hang out and help the group for the short stints. Whatever the case, whatever the reason, yeah, no, I had a lot of fun with that particular one. So thank you to Ardana for that. Tim, how do we go for today? What's a memorable moment?
Well, there's a few today. Was interesting trying to finally get some information out of Ismark. He's not been particularly forthcoming before. But I mean, he did just rehash everything that Argento told us last week.
Well, yes, you imagine most of what he was hiding was in the spirit of trying to protect his sister from Strahd, which he knows, you know, could obviously hear him. So yeah, you know, I mean, yeah, but yes, more or less rehashing old stuff there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the undead turning up at the house just as we got there. How convenient.
Yes, that's true. Which, of course, we also give thanks to Uncle Sats, who is, of course, a wonderful donator, wonderful audience member who gave us the inspiration for creating a undead encounter, and of course to AK Ryder for providing those undead encounters. Now, luckily enough, the life ability didn't work, and he didn't actually manage to knock any of you down because he was actually a plague wight, so he actually turns people into undead. So yeah, you guys did remarkably well, and that final crit, mwah, was absolutely beautiful.
Super Argento.
So well done there.
Well, it's always
I need to make a
always
Super
good.
Argento now.
It's always nice to get a save or suck spell to actually work.
Yeah, that's true. Especially in your favor.
Yeah,
Charles,
when you're burning a third level slot, and this either does something cool or it does nothing at all.
Yep.
Charles will need to go into Hero Forge now and give his character yellow hair.
Yeah.
For when he goes super
Argento. Yeah. Argento, favorite moment.
Oh, like Tim and the rest of there was so many today, lots of good stuff. I think, you know, we kind of touched on something I thought was pretty cool was I had rolled 3 or 4 times before that, and I don't think I'd rolled anything higher than a 3, and I'd actually had the 1 on my first attack. So that, you know, Dio calling out, roll a 20, and then I rolled a 20. That was pretty cool.
My luck strikes again.
Yeah, sometimes the dice just want you to succeed, mate, and that was definitely one of those moments. So it was a great
I
finish.
tried to build it up, you know, with like I'm going to go to rage and I'm enough of this, and it was
Oh yeah,
pretty cool.
Because you know what, if you play any role playing game, it's either it does that or it does the complete opposite, where it's like where you have this like really keen moment where you're like, now listen here, you scumbag. I don't know where you think you got off talking to my friends like that, but I'm going to take you and I'm going to break you. I'm going to tear you down, build you back up, only to smack you back to the ground again when I'm done. natural 1 on your intimidate. Quack, quack, quack. You know, like all of a sudden it's just
Exactly.
I am not scary. Yeah, so
Yeah.
either you do fantastic or you kind of like so there you go. Neil, how do we go? Favorite moment, most memorable part of today's session?
I definitely enjoyed the runaway carriage. Esther's quick thinking with the wheel, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that quite much. It was awesome. I was like, when it flung into the tree, just to get the leverage to like hold the wheel back, and I was like, oh, that's awesome. Like,
Yeah.
No, that was very cool. That was super cool. Like saving the carriage. So for me, somewhere in chat, someone was talking about like, you know, resources and supplies and how they're very important for things like a dungeon delve. And I agree. I think they are. I think going into a dungeon, you kind of want to have at least some rudimentary supplies. And one technique that I use for a lot of my dungeon delves is there is always a checkpoint. So your cart represents a checkpoint, and you park it at the entrance to the dungeon. At any point in time, you need a resupply. Like, you're out of oil, you're out of food. Very well. This is the checkpoint. You go back to the wagon, you get everything you need. You don't have to, like, go all the way back to town, several days travel, buy all the stuff back, several days back, and then by that stage, the dungeon's reset, you know? So for me, the wagon is so important, which is why I kind of wanted to add a little bit of danger to it. I wanted to add, like, something a bit more. Whether or not that would have...
destroy it completely.
Well, I gave you chances. I mean, there were 2 massive natural ones that kind of made a very big difference as to how far that progression was. It was 5 failed throws, but each natural one was 2 failed throws.
Okay, guys, no sudden moves. The guy, lurch.
Argento, bam!
Argento kicks the door.
That's it. Everybody out the windows.
Yeah, like the
I
two
was gonna be, like,
largest guys.
acrobatics to try to like
I take
level
that
it out,
back.
but I'm like or inside, I'm like, ah, shit.
All right.
No.
As for me, my most memorable moment, I think, was the exchange between Vigag and Sir Lancelin, like right out the gate. Like I wanna walk over this dude, and I was like, man, you know, and maybe this is just me, but you know, like I have a few friends of mine who are actually very, very short in stature, right? I wouldn't go so far as to say they have dwarfism and stuff like that, but they tell me all about the things they go through being shorter than other people. Like, people don't see them, they bump into them, they don't move out the way, they, you know, like stuff like that. And then when Vigag was like, oh yeah, I opened my legs to let him pass, I was like, you bastard. Like, I channeled every single one of those people that I knew into that moment. It's like, unless you're giving me a speed bag to knock around, man, piss off. And then he steps over him, he's like, oh, someone's getting castrated right now. Here we go. That is something we paladins are well known for doing. We have spells named after the action. So,
No, to be fair, I think it's people only just see in the middle, because I get that all the time as well. Oh, I didn't see you there. And bumping into me.
yeah, it's us middle people that apparently make things hard for everyone. So there you go. So reading some stuff from chat. To be quite fair, Drain Life is more how plague zombies came to be. Low HP, they grapple, they bite, they infect. Be too loud at dispatching them, and you draw the attention of 1d4 more, 1d4 plus 4 if you are casting loud spells. Which I was very tempted to do and bring in the other zombies and the like. That being said, we did have a limited amount of time, so I didn't really want to snowball the encounter too much. Though I will definitely keep a hold of those encounters for next time. Best time when the dice makes the story. Encounters, yes, absolutely, 100%. Because as a GM, you can write the most epic story in the world, but at the end of the day, the dice and the players tell that story, and I'm always super keen to see what happens with it. I've not played or run Strahd. Is it for first timers or prefer people who have played it a bit?
Well, this is Argento's first role-playing game ever.
Yes, this is Argento's very, very first role-playing game ever. And ironically, Neil has played a ton of games, and Neil's the only one who's died. Like, yeah. It's like almost always dying.
I came close.
No, okay.
Chips and everything.
In all fairness, I would say this. If you are playing for the very first time, it's fine. You can play it so long as you enjoy things that are very gothic horror in genre. That's it. Play it, enjoy it. If you are GMing, however, I would definitely say that I would pick up an easier book than Curse of Strahd to GM for the first time. It is very sandboxy, and the information that you have for a lot of the plots tends to be spread out among the whole adventure. So you want to be careful with that. So that would be my only advice. Play-wise, play. DM-wise, maybe try an easier one. Limited time.
We've got 3 different quests, and we still don't know which ones we're gonna go do next.
Yeah. AK, limited time and multiple zombies helps having a map. Yes, absolutely. And on the fly, theater of the mind works, but yeah, having a map for big encounters helps. Which is why I'll keep it and probably use it later. Tasriel, I'm not into bringing masses of trash mobs in unless they provide a nice fight. Well, fun fact, one thing to always look forward to in especially horror-based games is what I like to call the catharsis fight. It is a fight that is not difficult. It is a fight that gives our players a win because it's important to do those fights so that you can have the difficult ones and have them have more impact. If your players go into a hard fight and they're dejected and they're like, oh, we have nothing left in the tank, just kill us, get us over and done with, it's not going to be a fun fight for your big bad. But if you, have a few trash mobs, they just get wiped out, the players are on a high, then they reach the bad guy, and then boom, there's suddenly this gravitas to the scene. So, that's how I feel about trash mobs. As Guy likes to say, the GM may come up with a plot, but the story is what is told in gaming with the player's dice plot twist cards. Yep, absolutely. 100%. Incalis, thank you so much for the subscription. Dude, you are an amazing individual. In fact, everyone who has subscribed today, you guys are all wonderful. You help me keep the lights on. You help me keep well-fed and happy and able to do these sorts of games. Guys, these dudes here, they're my Patreons. They also support my channel on my Patreon page, which is patreon.com/deadaussiegamer with a capital D-A-G. And if you want to join these guys or one of my other games, on these live streams, then please feel free to go and head over there. I'll promote myself properly. Go check out my Patreon.
With me again.
Yes, that's true. And yes, we have Neil on multiple days for all the good Neilness. So that is my Patreon page.
Neil dying.
Neil dying. So that is the Patreon page. And if you want to come chat with me directly, because I love nothing more than hanging out with folks, giving advice, and just talking games and stuff. Come check me out on my Discord. There we go. All the cool stuff. AK Rider, Neilception. Yes, it's definitely Neilception.
Yes.
Guess what happened to my players on Monday? AK, I will ask you to clarify that in Discord when I get a chance to. For now, however, we are going to pass the ball on. We're going to roll us out to someone else who's streaming. Dalerick is a wonderful and amazing streamer. We're going to go and raid their channel, send them all of our loves. They are playing Aurorum, which is a wonderful game. Do be sure to give them the good old Aussie. Even if you're not an Aussie, throw it in there anyway.
Aussie.
In Canis, by the way, I'm amazed you're naming my pronunciation, though I may be wrong. Gandalf's name from the way. Yeah, I mean, maybe. But, look, to be honest, I spend my entire career calling people by fake names. It's fine. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Hope you guys have a absolutely wonderful and stellar week. Come back and join us on Saturday for Strange Aeons, which is our Pathfinder Lovecraft horror game, and on Sunday for Rise of the Runelords, where we're playing that in Pathfinder 2nd Edition. So yeah, till next time, guys. As always, from us to you, game hard or die trying. Good night, everyone.
See ya.
Bye.